Hey, James and Mike, this is feedback. I'm loving episode 13 of Champions of the Light. Thank you for putting that together. Sympathy for the Boomer. Hey, it's a great episode. I finally made it to the break where you got to the completion of Mr. Hoffman's little video. And I love the way you analyzed it. I love so much about the show. I love the introduction where you played, instead of just music while we were waiting for the 5 minutes, you had that clip from the guy, I think, who does the London Real show, talking about how this insane lockdown stuff is damaging the children and how we're traumatizing another generation. Or maybe then later you guys went into that. Maybe it was Mike who went into that. Anyway, you guys are both doing great contributions. I'm just loving the interchange. It's so positive. I know it's being highly suppressed by the YouTube algorithms and the people working there. I don't know if working is the right word to describe what they do there. Unless being tools of evil is a kind of work. Maybe it is a kind of work, the devil's work. Anyway, love the program. I love the way I just got to the completion of your Mike. You did such a great job of pitching of helping the young man who was questioning the existence of God, helping him to find God through fatherly love now that he's about to be a father. And the way you tied that package up and gave that message, it is so true. I gotta tell you, I am so happy that I got to be a father, that I am a father, and that father's love, the way you expressed it, I think is better than I've ever heard any priest or preacher explain it. So that's one thing, Mike. Your flavor of Christian being is very inspiring. I definitely want to check that book out sometime eventually. It's on my list. There's so much on my list. So what else did I want to have for feedback? Oh, it was that lots and lots. It's about the lexicon issues around words like progressive and progressive, I think, is the one I especially remember sneaking into today's show. And that's for you, James. We talked about the power of the lexicon being developed by Jason Kona and how his awareness of being inside the anti-white narrative creating a no-win situation for us with persuading outsiders, and that we need to step outside that narrative and go free. And I would say progressive is one of those terms that is poisoned against us, because who doesn't want progress? So Jason's point, as I understand it, which I might be, I'm just a student here, but I think his point is that their words are traps for us. So when we use their terms that they give themselves, we give them power. We give power to their narrative. And progressive is inside the anti-white narrative. Who would be against progress? It just puts us in a bad spot. But if we call them anti-whites, then, the other powerful thing about Jason's lexicon is it's designed to build a people. We are so deracinated, but if we can build a people, whether that's an ethnic people, the way the people who focus on genetics think about it, and kin, or whether it's a spiritual kinship as universal Christianity would look at it. Either way, we need to build a people, and calling our enemies by the names they've devised, like progressive or liberal or social justice warrior. Those terms are, they should be carefully looked at and wonder, does this really advance our narrative? Because in order to free our brothers and sisters, we need to help them get out of this anti-white narrative that is poisoning their hearts and souls. And ties back to the beginning, the way that guy, the London Real guy, I think he is, from recognizing the voice, the way he talked about the poisoning of the souls of our youth that we want to lift up. It's like he's getting part of that. He gets how we don't want to poison people. We want to bring out the best in them. And that's another great thing about Jason's work and his lexicons is he identifies this poison and the cost of it, and he emphasizes that a lot. And anyway, you guys are doing great work, and I wanted to give you some positive feedback, and I hope this wasn't a crazy ramble, but keep it up, brother, and I can't wait to hear the rest of the show.